Trying to give Janine movie instructions. Oh,
I'm hopeless.
wait till Bruce and Kathy sees this. MGM is not going to hire her. This is an old railroad car built back in probably the 20s or 30s on this abandoned railroad track, because as you can see, the railroad track was built over on the other side. They made a trail out of this for hiking and biking, and there's been a huge fire as we travel along on our bikes, and it's covered a huge area, as you can see, way up the mountains there. And this is what they call the high desert country. And as we get deeper in, it gets higher and higher. But I'm going to go up here and take a movie of this, or a picture of this railroad, old railroad car. Well, that's kind of unusual.
What's so unusual?
Well, when you look through here. You're holding up the door down in here.
Why, what's so unusual? It's completely empty, isn't it?
Well, it's empty. It's an old railroad car.
Looks like it's completely made of wood, doesn't it? Top, bottom, and sides.
Yeah, they didn't make them out of steel. This goes back into the 1920s or so, early.
Wow. Isn't it nice? They left this kind of stuff here so we can enjoy it.
Well, at least it didn't burn up.
Yeah, how about that? And if you look all around it, the fire quit right next to it. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Look out that window and you'll see what I mean. See, the fire is directly below it, and yet they saved the old building. Isn't that funny? I'm getting up in here. Oh, I think I am.
Get over there in the corner. I'll get over here.
I'm going to turn this off for a minute. You know, I'm going to show you what it looks like from in here. See, there's the old wood, and oh, it's kind of dark. But this is like the old laminated wood like they had in the 30s. Grandma's house was built in 1932, and it had this same kind of stuff on the inside. But see what I'm talking about? I'm going right to the door here. Now look at the door, and look right outside. The fire came up right next. I'm right outside the door. The fire came up right next to this old car, and they saved it. Now isn't that amazing? They cared enough to save this old box car. Anyway, it's been a really neat trip. I'm going to turn this off. Now here's something. Right outside this door, I'm looking at where this rock comes right up next to almost here, and you can see the smoldering smoke coming right out of that rock. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I don't know how long ago the fire was, but it still has a little bit of smoke still coming from it. Okay, I'll turn it off. I'll be there in a minute. I was going to tell you one thing. Now look at down here. See, here I am on the floor. This place is completely abandoned. And right down here on the floor is this little kid's toy, a little bear that is left here, and it's like something that just doesn't belong. Isn't that neat? Here, I'm going to take a picture of Ken. He climbed up this hill, and look at all around him is nothing but burn. Isn't that amazing? This whole thing for over a mile, it's been nothing but burn. I don't know if you can see this or not, but we have no way of knowing when this fire started. But it's amazing that you can't smell it. Everything smells like smoke. But right down here underneath this rock, there's a little bit of grass still smoldering and coming out from here. And the fire is still not completely out. And yet it's burned for maybe 2 miles of nothing but just charred. And yet the fire is still sweltering a little bit. Now, isn't this something? I'm way back here on the trail, and I'm looking up at the old railroad car, and they cared enough to make sure that the car was saved. Because I figure it had to be clear back to the 30s or something, because it's got that old laminated wood in it, and my grandma's house was built in 1932, and the inside of her house was made with that. So I know they don't even make houses like that anymore. But isn't this amazing that everything is burned for miles and miles? We had no idea we were coming up to something like this. We did hear that before we got here that we couldn't have come in when we thought we could because of the fire. And so we had to wait until the fire was out, but we had no idea that it was miles and miles long. Isn't it something? Here comes Ken. I'm sure he has something to say about the fire.
Huh.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, some of that fire is still smoldering, it looks
Isn't
like.
that something? I hope it just doesn't start up and go all over the hill again. Well, I'll turn it off for now. Okay, Ken's looking at this hole right now where the fire is coming out, and he's saying it looks to him like it's burning right underneath here.
Well, even
Isn't
if we
that
dump,
something?
even if we dump water on it, I don't think we got enough water to put it out.